What is up? Welcome to the basement. I'm Elliot. Today we're going to be doing a once-over of a rifle that I think is super important in American society today. It's the PSA Freedom Blim. So this is actually a build kit that we have bought here on the channel. This is one that we actually purchased ourselves and had built out forever ago. And I think it's important to kind of always reiterate and talk about this because this rifle is very important, and I guess rifles very similar to it. So before we do, we have to talk about a few things. One is you should be checking out basementoperator.com because we're moving to a drop only line. We're going to be doing some cool stuff. So, you know, if you want to stay in tune for that, sign up at the website for notifications. And then also over on Instagram, you can see a lot of stuff that we're doing for the new merch lines that we're going to be dropping. They're going to be limited releases. So, you know, sign up, stay in tune, because when it's there, and when it's gone, it's going to be gone. All right. Also, if you want to talk about them, Discord's the place to do that. We're going to be having a lot of conversations on Discord about what you guys want to see in terms of the merch, what you guys like, and what you guys want to use and wear, because we want to be making stuff that's comfortable for you guys, that you guys want to wear, and that you guys find really cool, because we want it to be a collaborative type of thing. It's not just for us, it's for you guys. All right, so Discord's the place to do that. Link to Instagram and Discord down below. So let's talk song recommendation before we dive into this one. I think, you know, I love some rock music. Elijah, Virus, kick-ass song. You should go check it out. And then comment down below what you think of it, and then let me know what I should listen to, because, you know, song recommendations are really important to me. I love my music. This is a PSA Freedom Blim. The kit itself comes in about $300, give or take. That does not include this back iron right here or the lower receiver. So to finish out this whole thing, you're probably looking at about $30 to $40 for this back iron sight right here, and another $50 for the lower receiver. And that's putting you about that $400 price point, probably a little bit lower if I had to guess. You probably hit it with taxes, I don't know. But still, the $400 rifle is super important for a lot of people. So the barrier to entry is really low, and it's super important that everybody has an AR-15. And that's one of the things that I think is crucial in today's society, is having a rifle to train on and having a rifle to start out with. Even if you can't buy the $800, $900, $1,000 rifle, I totally get it, all right? I was at that point years ago when I was coming right out of college. I wanted my first AR-15, and PSA opened the door for me for that. And that's how I got into building rifles, got into the very first build kit I ever did. I know it's just a lower and building an upper receiver, but it's how I started. So these hold a very special place in my heart, and I think that these should not be overlooked in terms of being a viable option if you're looking to get into an AR-15. What are these things good for? Okay, these things are ideal for training. All right, if you are looking for something that you can get a hold of and you can easily assemble, YouTube videos, forums, you can buy books on how to do this stuff. It's not hard, it's not that difficult, and it should not be one of those things that is a daunting task in front of you, because the resources out there today are endless on how to assemble these things. And then these things are used for training. These are like, you know, go out, shoot hundreds of rounds through them, and they'll be perfectly fine. Are they the most accurate firearms in the world? No, but you're also paying $400. Will they run? Will they cycle? Will they shoot? Yes, and that's what's important. So like when you're going out there and you're training reloads, you're training, you know, just getting shots down range, trying to hit the target. These things, 2, 3 MOA, that's perfect for, you know, just shooting at your silhouette targets and making sure you're getting A zone, stuff like that. That's where this thing shines. So what are my favorite things about this? I mean, there's nothing spectacular, but you get that 16-inch barrel. You don't have to worry about any NFA or pistol bull crap. It's really bare bones. The handguard, this handguard right here kind of sucks, I'm gonna be honest, but it is one of those handguards that's super easy to swap out, as you just pull back this delta ring right here, and you can do a ton of different drop-ins, from M-LOK drop-ins to quad rail drop-ins. This is one of the easier handguards to swap out. Now, if you want to go free float, this is a pain in the ass, all right? If you're dead set that that's what you want to do, I would go ahead and just spend an extra $100 wherever it is and get one that doesn't have this, you know, I guess retro or older style handguard. But you know, if you're really balling on a budget, you can also get a drop-in that's a quad rail or an M-LOK drop-in that's like $50. So these are very functional. Low receiver, super bare bones. This one actually is the one I built a long time ago, and I had purchased a QD point for back here, and I had upgraded the grip originally. This is just something I found important. I didn't really think that swapping the stock when I had very first done this rifle right here was super crucial, but I did want a new grip because I hate the A2 grips. And then also wanted a QD point for my sling back here. But all in all, this is a great starter rifle, something that you can get and you can train with, you can do a lot of shooting with, and it's just something that's a very capable firearm. You know, I'd mentioned accuracy, that 2 to 3 MOA. You might be able to get better out of that depending on what it is, and depending on how nice of the ammunition you're shooting, and then your luck of your draw on how good of a barrel you're getting. But like I mentioned, that 2 to 3 MOA is typically what I've found from these Freedom Kit rifles. I have, I think, 2 or 3 of them at this point, and they've been pretty consistent in terms of the accuracy. But that's a very usable accuracy. It's totally doable. And if you're looking to pick something like this up, that's what you can probably expect. So I think I'm gonna wrap it there. If you are interested in a build like this or a build similar, head on over to basementoperator.com and go to the builds list, and then look for the trainer. The trainer is very similar to this one right here, and it has an optic and some other stuff that I think are crucial for that starter rifle out there in the world. And, you know, go comment down below. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know what you think of your experience with PSA. I'm sure there's 100 million different experiences out there, and I'd love to hear them all because I do a lot with PSA rifles. We appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and as always, take someone outdoors. Peace.